Hey guys, Jamie Jenkins here, Insurance Solutions Group. I want to talk about overcoming objections. So how do you overcome objections when you're in a house or you're on a phone call and you're trying to sell your product and you have objections come up? How do you overcome that? Do you use the same closes every time? Or are you an order taker and they come up with objections and you don't want to put in the effort and you just go to the next phone call? If you're buying leads, you better be good at overcoming objections, because if not, it's going to get really expensive really quick. So if you're the one paying for them leads, you'll learn how to do it or you'll be out of this business fast. So how to do that? One, I like to do a method I call assume the sale. So when I'm talking with someone, it makes it easier for my whole presentation to be a close versus at the end of it trying to close this person on, will you buy this, or do you want to do this? Do you want to make this decision? So what I mean by assume the sale is through my whole presentation, I assume that what I'm talking with them about, I'm very knowledgeable with it. I know my product. I assume they're listening to me because they're continuing on with the conversation. And during this time, I'm slowly closing them through the whole conversation. So I'm gonna find some common ground with them, talk about it. I'm gonna find out their needs, and we're gonna talk about them needs. And throughout the phone call, I'm gonna present a solution to their needs. It may be where they need lower prescription costs, or lower doctor copays, whatever it is. I'm gonna find out what they really need, and I'm gonna use that to kind of explain how I can come up with a solution to their problem. So this whole phone call, while I'm going through this presentation, I want to make sure I have a good flow. What I mean by that is most of the time I'm talking without a pause of silence, and I'm going to stop when I'm asking questions and need some answers. Other than that, I'm going to control the phone call. So you have to control the phone call to be able to control the sale, to be able to get the fact finding and everything you need. You have to control it. You're going to find some clients that's hard to do. They want to talk and they want to control the phone call and how the flow of the call goes. And sometimes you got to sit back and let them talk, okay? And you need to be listening. They may be telling you about some needs, or they may just be venting about something that went on in their life. You need to sit back a little bit and let them talk. I'll tell you, some of the phone calls I go through, you're going to get some people that's tired of phone calls, even though they might have called me. They call in and they talking to me, and they're tired of the phone call, and they may be one of these that's cussing you out. I used to let that affect me, but now it's a game. So it's, okay, I'm going to let them cuss me and continue on. And then also in the back of my head, I also know that, hey, I paid to talk to this person. I paid for this. So we're going to continue on and see what happens. And a lot of times I'll let them go through it, and I'm going to agree with them. I understand. Y'all get a lot of phone calls, and I'm so sorry about this. And I'm going to try to help prevent some of that for you. Let's go ahead and get this problem solved, and quit answering your phone to people that you don't know, or quit calling people you don't know. So you can make it a game. And I like to win. So I'm going to listen and let them talk. And then when I see the opportunity, I'm going to step in and I'm going to take control of the phone call and overcome objections. You need to overcome objections 2, 3, sometimes 4 times and help them understand why they need to proceed. You can do this and not be in a pushy way. You can just be informative and help them understand why they called you or why you reached out to them and the solution to the problem. So different ways to do this, but assuming the sale, all the way through the sale, you're assuming that they're going to do what you advise them to do. That's assuming a sale. So this whole time, Mr. Jones, I'm going to help you with this. What we can do is this. I'm going to go over this for you. This is going to be a great fit for you. The whole time, I tell you what I'm going to do. Let's do this. It is assuming everything, and then, all right, now get that in effect. Now this won't go in effect until the first of next month. Let's go ahead and get this done so you will start being able to have these benefits the first of next month. So I'm assuming everything. Another close option in overcoming objections is to present them with two different options. Now, you always want, and y'all hopefully heard this, keep it simple. KISS, keep it simple, stupid. You want to keep it simple. If you go over too many things, you're going to confuse them. What happens when they're confused? They lock up. You want to keep it simple. Always keep the call simple. If you're in the house, keep it simple. You may know this product inside and out and everything that's comparable to it. They may not. So when you start throwing out a lot of information, you're going to confuse them. Confusion causes lockup. They're not going to do anything. You're done. Keep it simple. Don't confuse them. So I always usually offer I lock in on what I think is the very best thing for this person, and every person is different depending on their needs. But there may be two options that are really good. So you can use this. I call it a two-option close. You show them two options, two different plans, or two different products. Go over both of these products. Which one sounds better to you? I kind of like this for this situation for you, but I want you to tell me what you think's best for you. You know better than I do on your needs, but listen to what you said. I think this is going to help you the most. They're going to either agree with you or they're going to say, I kind of like this other one. What they just done is agree to one of them, okay? So you can present two options. In life insurance, I like to do a three-option close. When I'm in a house, it's really easy. I write down three different benefits, three different prices after I'm talking to them about the need for it, and I kind of find out their needs so I can figure out, what the three prices fit in their budget. I lay it in front of them, which one looks best to you. They're going to choose one, okay? There you go. Three-option close for life insurance. You can do this on the phone also. Maybe ask them to get out a pen and paper and write this down. I want you to be able to get the most coverage you can, but I also want you to be able to afford it, because you don't need to get this in a month, two down the road, you can't afford it, and then you done spent this money and have to drop it. So let's get something in your budget. Let's find something that's comfortable with you, but you have coverage. So that's good for life insurance. Like I said, if they have objections, I circle back around, circle back around, circle back around, circle back around. What do I mean by circle back around? Start back over with the need that they have. What was the concern to start with? And go back over that, why you discussed it, why it will help them, and go back through it like you just started. So circle back around and let them know, what's important to them and why you want to help them with it. The be backs or call me backs don't exist. You need to get that out of your head. You may get lucky and have somebody call you back, but if you plan on making a living with that, you ain't gonna be here long, okay? In the car business, I'd call it a be back. When they ride up and they look at a car, I'll be back, I'm gonna come back. That ain't never happening, okay? I'll call you back, it ain't never happening. Or call me back, you ain't gonna get them. You're not gonna get them on the phone. It is now or never. If you don't have that in your mind, it's not going to happen, okay? You're gonna get lucky with a few, but it's gonna be few, far in between, and you cannot have a career in this business with I'm gonna call you back, or can you call me back, okay? While you have them on the phone, you have the toughest part over with, and that's getting them on the phone or sit down with them in person. That's the toughest part. Next part is your first 30 seconds of getting them to trust you. Really within 2 minutes, but the first 30 seconds is crucial on whether they're gonna keep listening to you. So you need to sound really comfortable to them in the first 30 seconds. You need to sound like somebody that's a family member, a friend, somebody that's there to help them versus somebody there that's every other telemarketer that's out there. So how you sound matters, how you do your presentation matters, what's the flow of your phone call, and can you overcome objections? Can you circle back around? And are you already ready for objections? You need to know that not everybody's just going to agree with everything you're saying. So when they have a question, you need to be able to answer it with good information. When they tell you they want to think about it, you need to circle back around and go over the information of what the phone call was about anyway, and present the need again. So if not, you're gonna have a tough time. So what's the expectations of sales? If you close 1 out of every 4, 1 out of every 5, depending on the product you're selling, that's probably a pretty good closing ratio. You can get your closing ratio better than that with practice and depending on the lead source that you have. But it's gonna be a numbers game, and you got to know you're gonna be denied, you're gonna be told no, you're gonna have people that's not very nice, and you're gonna have a lot of people that's really nice and that really need help. And you're gonna have to sometimes get through them people that you don't wanna talk to, that are not nice, and you're gonna be told no. You're gonna have to get through them to get a little bit closer to where you wanna be at, to this next person that really appreciates you, appreciates the information you helped them with, and appreciates that now you're their agent. So you're gonna go through some hard calls and hard appointments, and then you're gonna just know, you gotta tell yourself, hey, okay, now I'm a little bit closer to my sale. Next one, all right, I got told no twice, 3 times. I'm getting really close to my next sale. And mentally, if you don't do that, then you're gonna get burnout really quick, and you're not gonna be able to overcome objections. You're not gonna be enthusiastic on the phone. You're not gonna have the personality that you need, and that what it takes in this business to help somebody. Not on a regular basis anyway. You might be able to do it for a little while, but it ain't gonna last long. So hopefully these pointers will help. If you will, like and subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I'll give you some more good information later. Thank you.